We're going to talk about the 10 greatest mysteries left in One Piece. Of course, there are going to be some outliers because there's never not any mystery in One Piece, but these are the 10 that we could come up with that I feel like people really want to know about. Without further ado, we're just going to speed through these as fast as possible because short attention spans and such. So without further ado, let's get to the list. What is the hole under Ennies lobby? I know a lot of you guys are still recovering from Mahara's amazing video, the best One Piece theory you'll ever watch, I guess, but that is still a mystery. As much as you think the theory is canon, it's still a theory. We're still trying to figure out what the hell is that hole under Ennies lobby. It's not natural. Typically water should just fill it up. It looks like an amazing hole. It could just be an aesthetic that Oda created, somewhat symbolizing that you're still trapped no matter where you go from the world government. I'm not sure, but that hole is a great mystery, and some people even think that an ancient weapon did it. But I remember my first time seeing it. I'm like the Leo meme, like, do you guys see this? This isn't normal. I mean, for all we know, there could be an ancient civilization down there, but either way, we need to know what's going on there. Number 9, the Florian Triangle. Do you guys remember that? All the way back in Thriller Bark, the Florian Triangle is a stretch of sea that must be sailed through to travel from Order 7 to Fishman Island, right? It is notorious for the many ships that mysteriously go missing within it. It does parallel one of the real world's greatest mysteries, the Bermuda Triangle, so it makes sense that it's on this list. It was shrouded in more mystery. It would be higher if we didn't have Thriller Bark, but we went to Thriller Bark and we learn a bit about it, right? That there was a shadow stealing guy, but there's still a mystery to the Florian Triangle. The giant figures we see are supposed to be the Omibozu, right? The sea monsters that drown sailors, but exactly what are they? Where did they come from? Do they have a role similar to Sea Kings? And could we possibly see them in the future? I need to know. Number C, Lunarians. What happened to them, and were they the only gods that presided in the One Piece world before the Celestial Dragons? In Wano, we found out a lot of information. One of the most pertinent information is we established a new race. Something that was a huge mystery throughout Wano was what was King, what is King, why was Big Mom so gung-ho on having King on our crew or just be a part of our family? The Lunarians were known as a tribe of the gods, and they dwelled on top of the Red Line. Marco was quoting Whitebeard. There used to exist a kingdom of gods on the Red Continent long before Mary Joao was ever there. And again, due to unforeseen circumstances, they have gone nearly extinct. And the only person left is King. What happened to them? Who did they serve in the past, if anyone? What are actually gods in One Piece? And that's become a lot more prevalent based on Luffy and his ascension, because more and more it feels like gods are self-proclaimed or somewhat made through just power. Does power make you a god? They have incredible characteristics, and there are things we need to know about the Lunarians, what happened to them, and where they came from. Are they the OG gods? I mean, the King of Hell be the god, so I don't know how we want to equate that. Either way, I need to know. Next, we have the moon, Fairy Vath. There are a lot of people speculating that we go to the moon at some point, just based off of NL being there, but also just how prevalent the moon is to the One Piece world, and several parallels and themes that are discussed time and time again throughout the story. The main thing that people go back to is back in Nico Robin's flashback. Renware in Ohara, there was a model of the world with 7 satellites, which include their world's moon, and that's inside the library of the Tree of Knowledge. So with that, people started to discern that, hey, the moon or moons must be very important to the end of the One Piece story. And of course, a fan favorite in NL, he traveled to the moon, and we were introduced to even different beings over there. And with them being the ancestors of the Skypians, Shandorians, and Birkins, and I don't want to leave out the Automata, you start to wonder, when did the emigration take place? When will we explore Fairy Vath? This was the sole reason for the construction of the Arc Maxim. Guys, there are a lot of amazing things going on here, and Oda needs to clear it up, but just to let us know, is that why the Celestial Dragons are dressed like astronauts? Because that's where they originated from? There's so many theories, guys, but we need some more clarification. Can we agree there? Next, we have God Valley. Now, God Valley, some would say, not a mystery, Brago. We know what happened. The Rock's crew was defeated by Roger and Garp. But were they really? Every single opportunity that Oda has, he lets us know in some way that the Rock's crew just didn't get along. Infighting, killing each other. There were so many things revolving around that quote-unquote crew, which I think is just a band of mercenaries coming together for a score. But because of how prominent they were labeled the crew because Rocks was the leader. But what actually happened? Kaido's backstory was severely abbreviated just because Oda seems to be saving something very pertinent in regards to God Valley. I think once we get God Valley, it's going to explain a lot, not only about rocks, but about the future and even somewhat about Whitebeard. Maybe someone we know came from God Valley and Oda's saving that. Either way, how did the Rocks Pirates get defeated? Because we know it wasn't just simply Garp and Roger just being stronger than all those guys, but also what is the significance? Why is this so pertinent for Oda to hide it all this time? And who is the lurking? All right, no, we're moving on from the lurking legend stuff. No more lurking legend. We've moved on. 2022, Wano's coming to an end. You know what the lurking legend is now? Whoever you want it to be. Okay, it can range from Fortrix to Weevil to Emu to Rocks, whoever you want it to be. But we don't care anymore. All right, we don't care. All right, let's move on. Next, the origin of ancient weapons. So, largely discussed because of the raw power of ancient weapons: Uranus, Poseidon, and Pluton. We have no idea what Uranus is or where it is. All we know is that it existed during the Void Century. Its abilities, specifications, location, nothing about it is known. Currently, Poseidon we know is Shirahoshi and her ability to control the Sea Kings, and Pluton is explained as a highly advanced warship capable of mass destruction. Like, for instance, the Buster Call would not be used on O'Hara. They would just use Pluton, right? Just destroy islands in one go. And some people misconstrue exactly Frankie and the blueprints he had. Frankie did not have the blueprints for Pluton. He had the blueprints for a countermeasure for the real weapon if it was ever revived, which obviously it will be, but Frankie memorized those blueprints. So if need be, he can recreate it. I know that's theoretical that Frankie memorized them, but come on, he's a genius. If need be, he will. I mean, this could be like the anti-Kaido weapon. But either way, I believe in Frankie, all right? However, the ancient weapons, we have no idea what their true purpose is. We have no idea where they came from. And obviously, it's not just man-made. It goes as far as reincarnation with Shirahoshi. So this runs deep. It's not just a flippant thing. These are serious things, and they're capable of so much destruction. And in the wrong hands, Blackbeards, they could really shake the world. And Blackbeard can already do that. So to have two ways to shake the world is incredible. Number 4, and I think currently my number 1, but just being objective here, devil fruits. And I think devil fruits are becoming more and more interesting to me because Oda is starting to break or not necessarily break, introduce different concepts, which starts to make us think about the possibilities of devil fruits eating other devil fruits. Yes, I'll get into this in a specific video, but with Luffy's devil fruit being revealed to be both Paramecia and Mythical-Zoan, it's opened my eyes to possibilities. And of course, I've started to think about different devil fruits and different types that seem to cross over very frequently. Of course, we discussed Marco, Katakuri, obviously Luffy's at this point, but also outliers like Blackbeards. What about Law? And then even the different subtypes within the Paramecias. The more you learn about devil fruits, the more you wonder if some tinkering by the world government, specifically Vegapunk, has been involved. And especially when someone can use the lineage factor of Kaido and create a fake devil fruit to create an actual devil fruit user like Momonosuke that can replicate everything Kaido can do. That in its own right is downright scary because what else can you replicate? Have you gotten to the point where you can replicate abilities like Law? I mean, obviously Kizaru's can be with the Pacifista, but that specifically lets us know there's so much to learn about devil fruits. And that's just about them. Where did they come from? We know the Sea Devil, all this different stuff, but actually, is there a devil fruit tree? Is there something called the Garden of Eden in the One Piece world? That's, biblical, religious, whatever. But we need to know. Next, Laughtale, One Piece. What is it? First off, the mystery used to be the name, right? Because the name was Laughtale. Come to find out, in a movie, it's explained to us as Laughtale. So the tale of laughter, Roger laughed, you get it. What is it? Where is it? What makes it so funny? What is the One Piece? One of the biggest mysteries since Romance Dawn, and we still know next to nothing. Although we are obviously closer to knowing the answer than further away, this arguably may be the single greatest mystery in the world of One Piece, and that all of its denizens are fighting to solve. But I have a couple that I'm a bit more interested in. They're all tied together though, so I guess this could have been one, but we wanted 10. Next, we have the Giant Hat. Yeah, this broke the community, like other things did, but this one definitely did. We come to find out not only that there's an empty throne sitting at Mary Joa, not only do the Gorosei serve this one person and they do anything to his or her behest, there's a giant hat there, but not only a giant hat, a giant straw hat. giant. This blew our mind because now we can obviously assume Imu knows about Joy Boy and the Void Century. He might have been alive when it happened, who knows, but why does Imu have a giant straw hat locked away in a secret chamber under Mary Joa? And what kind of secret is the world government's best kept secret hiding? Why is it a large straw hat? Does that mean Joy Boy was a giant? And how does this tie into our MC Luffy because he rocks a straw hat? Roger had a straw hat. Shanks had a straw hat because he got it from Roger. What is the significance of this hat? And now Luffy can turn into a giant. I'm a bit more interested, okay? And number one, in my opinion, is the Void Century. Will of D. Now, this one is a little bit tricky because based on what we know, it's relatively safe to assume that Joy Boy is either a very prominent member of the D clan or the originator of it. I even saw a theory recently that people are saying Joy Boy, he basically bed a lot of women, and the D's, they're just branches of him and just different families, but he's the originator of the D clan. So when we consider the fact that whatever happened in the Void Century would later steer us towards the world we know today, and that the D clan is considered the enemy of the gods by the celestial dragons, we can assume something very significant happened to their clan. Maybe a Konoha situation, looking at you, Sasuke. But either way, this Void Century stuff is a big deal because the world government, they're going to extreme lengths to keep it out of the public's eye and just keep it away from anyone. Of course, they have things like the ancient weapons and, they're trying to keep things under wraps, but we know there's more to it than that. You guys thought that was the last one, but there's one more that I have for you. And the actual number one is moms. What's up with moms? Is Crocodile a mom? Where's Luffy's mom? What about Dragon's mom? And why do moms always die? It seems like to be a mom in One Piece, typically death is in your future. Otohime, Nico Ovia, Bellamere, Scarlet, Rouge, shoot, even Usopp's mom, Banchina. Listen, that is a mystery. Even Yamato's mom, right? Like, what the hell? It is a shonen geared towards young males, so I guess men or just males are gonna be more prominent. Either way, Oda, what's up? What's up with the moms, bro? But guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about all this? Do you think these are the greatest mysteries? Do you have some that you're thinking of that you feel should be on this list? Let me know in the comment section. And out of all of these, which one is most prominent to you? Okay, so guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Okay, I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite.